Hi, for my behavior change project, I was focusing on an individual whose alias is Jacob, and he engages in aggression towards staff members and peers. Jacob lives in a residential group home for intensive behaviors, and his main two behaviors are aggression and property destruction. His aggression is defined as the act or attempted act of hitting, kicking, punching, slapping, pushing, or making contact with any part of another person's body that may or may not leave a mark or make an audible sound. Non-examples include giving someone a high five, patting someone on the back, and tickling another person. I implemented progressive muscle relaxation, which is defined as a systematic tensing and relaxing of specified muscle groups following a task analysis and verbal prompts. Non-examples include leisure time and balling fists to punch someone. He was taught to tense large muscle groups, starting with the face, and then both of the arms, the hands, the middle torso, legs, and feet, and he'd hold it for a 5 count. We would do some deep breathing during this 5 count, and then we would relax for 3. During this, it was provided with a model prompt and a verbal prompt throughout. We did a time delay prompt. So we started initially with a 0 time delay. We immediately told him, first, we're going to tense our face. And after we did that, we told him, next, we're going to tense our arms. And as he gained mastery criteria through all of the steps, we faded to 2-second and 4-second time delays, and then moved to independent responding. He was very successful with this program. In the beginning, his aggressions were at 5.3 per day, and it occurred in multiple settings at the adult day training program he attends and at the group home, as well as in the community. During the first intervention, the aggressions were averaged at 1 per day. So he decreases aggressions from 5.3 to 1. At the return to baseline, his aggressions went back to 3.6 aggressions. During the return to baseline condition, he was not given any instruction to perform the progressive muscle relaxation. He was allowed to use whatever technique in his repertoire, even if it included progressive muscle relaxation, to handle his aggression. When we reintroduced progressive muscle relaxation, his aggressions went back down at roughly 1 or 0 per day. The average came to 0.7 per day. Throughout the course of the intervention, Jacob was successful in implementing it and not implementing, but in participating in, and during the second intervention phase was able to successfully complete the program with minimal prompting. We did have someone in there with him the whole time, mostly because he engaged in property destruction and we wanted to prevent it. The main reason for this is his social interactions were very minimal. He doesn't have a lot of interaction with peers or with many staff because he is very aggressive. Post-intervention, it's still being trained. We made this a formal program as part of his behavior support plan, and it is now being generalized across settings and rooms in the house along with staff members. I started by training one staff member on how to do it, and once he started participating with her and engaging in fewer problem behaviors while she was his staff member, we introduced it to another staff member, and we will continue this process very slowly as his behaviors continue to decline. The sessions that we ran with him were 30 to 45 minutes, and it was always proposed to him as a question. Hey Jacob, do you want to go do some relaxing exercises with me? In the beginning, a lot of times the answer was no. He said no. All right, maybe again in a few minutes. And when he said no, I did attempt to initiate the exercises 2 more times within 10 minutes of that first initiation. By that third time, he typically agreed. If the show he was watching was on a break, he was more compliant than usual. He was more compliant than if it was currently on. And we are going to continue with this program until his aggressions reach low frequency without the intervention being actively taught. So once he's at the independent level and is able to participate in the progressive muscle relaxation program on his own without prompting, we're going to fade out the formal program and put it in a master generalization program and just use some verbal prompting when his precursor behaviors arise.